Hi guys, Tatiana here. We are doing our beautiful blanket in the crochet-a-long, and because you asked a lot of questions about how to read the chart, I decided to make this video and show you, explain. I would strongly recommend you to start using the chart, because once you understand how it's built and how to read it, you will not even need the written instructions. You will be able to make your motifs just from the chart. So here is the Mosaic chart for week 2, and this is the way how the classical charts for this kind of crochet are made. There are different ways of making the charts, and some magazines or other publications do it differently, but this is the classical way, and I like it the most because it helps you to see from the beginning which pattern you are building. So it gives you a very good idea of how your motif will look when it's done. So what we see here, we see a triangle, which is one side of your motif, and you will have 6 sides like this, and all will be the same. So to explain you how the corners are built, you can see these squares in the corners. These are the doubles which are made in chain spaces. So this is the corner of your motif, and this is another one. And here you will have chain spaces, chain 2 spaces. I made another chart to explain you how you should see it. So that would be another side of your motif, and as you can see, this is the corner with chain 2 spaces, and these are 2 doubles which are made in this corner space. So on every row in the since row 4, I think, in this week, you will be building the pattern. All rounds or rows will be done with doubles. And in each corner you will have double, so 2 doubles and chain 2. This chart was made for the previous version of the instructions, but you said that it was quite difficult to understand how the beginning and the end of each row is made. So we decided to rewrite instructions for week 2 and all the next weeks, to make it clearer for you. And now each row will begin with double, chain 2 double in the same corner space. So when you read this chart, you should always remember that you don't start with just 1 double here, but you will always remember that you have another double here, and you should make double, chain space, double, then the end of the row you will end here, because this is again double, chain 2 double from another side. Okay, I will also double check with the hook and yarn so that you are sure you understand how it's done. Okay, now if we look at the chart, you can see the squares of different colors. We have only 2 colors here, and this is how we have it in actual crochet. We have only yarn A, which is used in all the motifs, and then main color it's called in the pattern. This is the color which each square is done with each color. So in this chart, the black would be yarn A, and the white would be the main color, and in the Metropolis packet would be the opposite. So black, it would be dark gray or black, and this would be color. So each square is 1 stitch, very easy to understand. These squares are doubles. No matter how you read this chart, you can read it from the right to the left or from left to the right, it doesn't really matter because both sides are equal. As you can see, they are both the same. So you can either read this chart from right to left or from left to right. That doesn't matter, but we decided for the magazine, because we need to mark the rows for easier understanding, we decided that the rows on the right side are read from right to left, and the rows on the wrong side will be read from left to right. Okay, so in week 2, first mosaic row is row 4, and each line in the chart represents 2 rows because they are made with the same color on the right side and then on the wrong side, and they are basically the same. So you will read row 4 from right to left, and then for row 5 you will read the same line but from left to right. When you see, for example, row 4 is very easy because you see that all squares here are of the same color. It means that you will work only doubles here. You will not skip any stitches, and you won't make any chains. So it's just, they are just all doubles across or throughout. So if I read this row for you, it would be chain 2, just the chain that we start with, and it does not count as a stitch. So chain 2, let's see it here, like chain 2. Then you make double, chain 2, double in the same corner space. Then you make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles across the side, and then we came to the corner again, and that's another repeat. You again make double, chain 2, double in the same corner space, and then if I put like I didn't add it, but just I think it will be clearer. And then another side starts. So again, you make double, chain 2, double in the same corner space. So double, chain 2, double in the same corner space, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles, and we are at the next corner. So those for row 4 will be just doubles in one color. When you finish row 4, you join with a slip stitch in the first double crochet here, and then you make another slip, or maybe you don't make a slip stitch in the corner in the new version, so you just join with a slip stitch here, and then you turn and start making row 5 on the wrong side. And you work the opposite direction, right? So you work from here. So you joined here, and so that was your last double, and you joined into the first one with the slip stitch. So you turn and you work again in the opposite direction. First double, you see again, you make just doubles in the same color. So first double will be made in the same double as slip stitch, or in the slip stitch. It will be easier. So you make double in the slip stitch, and again double, 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 make chain 2, skip the chain space, and again double, 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 all the way around. For the next row, that will be row 6. As you can see, you will be making it with a different color, with the main color again. So you change to the color, main color as per pattern, and you will start doing it with the new color. Again, you make chain 2 to begin, you make double, chain 2, double into the corner space, and then you see 3 squares of the same color. The next square is different color, and then again 3 squares of the same color and corner again. When you meet in a row the square of different color, it means that this stitch should be skipped. So you should make chains over this stitch, skip it, and continue to work as per pattern. So for row 6 it would be chain 2, double, chain 2, double into the same space. Then we make 1, 2, 3 doubles, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, because we always make 1 chain extra over the skipped one. So if we need to skip 2 stitches, we make chain 3. If we need to skip 4 stitches, we make chain 5, and so on. It made to prevent your work from pulling, because chains are always a little bit smaller than the actual stitch. So when you make the same number of chains as the skipped ones, your work may be a little bit pulled. So to prevent this, we make more chains. So again, double, chain 2, double into the same corner space. Then we make 3 doubles. We make chain 2, skip this stitch. Again, 3 doubles. And again, we are in the corner. So we make again double, chain 2, double into the same stitch. And repeat this all over again. Again, we join with the slip stitch in the first double crochet, turn, and on the wrong side we are working in the opposite direction. That would be row 7, so we work in the opposite direction. So we make the first double into the slip stitch we've just made, and that will be again 4 doubles, chain 2, skip space in this case because we had already space here, and 4 doubles, chain 2, skip the space in the corner, and again 4 doubles, chain 2, skip space, 4 doubles. And I will also show you next row, which will be row 8. It will be made with yarn A again. You can see the first square here always indicates which yarn is used. So this one is yarn A again. We make chain 2, double, chain 2, double into the same corner space. Then you can see that there are 2 squares of the different color. We need to skip them. So we make chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and make 1, 2 doubles again. And here you can see the vertical part when all 3 dark squares are interconnected in some way. It means that here you need to make a mosaic treble into the skipped stitch of same color from 3 rows, from row 4 in our case. So we make chain 3 here, skip 2 stitches, make 2 doubles, 1 treble, 2 doubles again, chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and double, chain 2, double in the corner. Very easy. On the way back, we make double into the slip stitch, the joining one. Then we chain 3, skip this space. Here we will not make any trebles anymore. We will make just 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and double in the last one. Okay, that was row 9. Row 10 is made with another color again. You see it's changed. We make chain 2, double, chain 1 to start, I'm sorry, double, chain 2, double into the same space, 1 double, and then you see 2 trebles we have. We make 2 trebles, chain 2, skip this stitch because it's a different color, 3 doubles, chain 2, skip this stitch, and 2 trebles again. Then we make 1 more double, and we are at the corner again. We make double, chain 2, double into the space. And on the way back, we make 1, 2, 3, 4 doubles, chain 2, skip this space, 3 doubles, chain 2, skip this space, and 1, 2, 3, 4 doubles to end. So that's how the mosaic chart should be read, and I hope now it's a little bit clearer to you. I will also show you how to do it with the hook, okay? Okay, so we begin motif 2 with contrast color, with main color, blue in my case. We'll make magic ring, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will count as your first treble and chain 2. You make treble into magic ring and chain 2, two, 3, 4, 5, and we should have 6 trebles in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct. And we join with the first space. I know that you are used to join in the chains, but I prefer to join into the space, because when you join into the chain, you somehow limit the movement of your corner, and it's not moving, tightening anymore. So I prefer to do it like this, and then you can really make it bigger if you need it, or smaller. I think it's much easier. So that was row 1. Round. Round 2, we begin with chain 5 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's our first treble. We make the treble into the same space. 1 treble into the next stitch, and 1 treble into the next space again, and chain 2. This is 1 repeat. Now we make the treble into the same space again, next stitch and next space, and chain 2. So you can see that this chain 2 space is covered with 2 trebles and chain space, and that should be in every corner. So if you continue as per pattern, in the stitch into the next space, chain 2 into the same space, into the next stitch, into the next space, chain 2. You see, each chain space here, which will be our few future corners of the motif, are covered with 2 trebles and chain space. That's how it should be done. And if you think of each corner like this, it will be easier for you to understand how it's done. Okay, and I think I need 1 more repeat. Treble in same space, and next stitch and next space, chain 2, and now we make in same space, in next stitch, and we already have this first treble, which was our chain 5, so we just join with the slip stitch, and you see this chain, it visually acts like the first treble. So round 3 would be the same. Again, we start 3, 4, 5 with chain 5. Of course, it would be maybe easier for you if you made in the beginning of every round, if you made just treble, chain 2, treble, but it would mean also that you would make another extra chains here, and one of the sides would be visually a little bit thicker than others. And I think that this join is very natural and invisible. Okay, so that will be round 3. Yeah, round 3 again. Treble into the same space, then 3 trebles along the side, 1, 2, 3, and treble into the next space and chain 2. You see, again this chain space here, the corner is covered with 2 trebles and chain space, and you just work this round. I'm sorry for my English, my pronunciation. I'm not a native speaker, and I'm not really used to making videos. I don't really make them. If you look at my YouTube channel, where I posted some videos in the past, they are all silent because I prefer to explain everything with the hook and not with the words. But for this CAL, I thought that I would really a little bit struggle with myself and make a real video with voice, because I really want you to understand how to read the chart, because I'm sure it will be much easier for you to follow all next weeks. Okay, so now I'm finishing the last side. You see, I made chain 2, treble into the same space, 2 trebles, and I need 1 more. And we already have this treble in the end, so I just join with join into the space, and while joining I need to change to another color for the first mosaic round. So here we will join with the slip stitch, and we are ready to begin the mosaic. Okay, and now we need to look at this chart again. I will not use the one which is already covered with my writing. I will use the first one, the new one. So we are making this row, which is first mosaic, and as we talked already, oops, I'm sorry, all doubles will be with the same color here, you see. So to begin, I have to check the instructions. Yeah, we make only 1 chain. Okay, so we make chain 1, and this double will be done into the corner, and we remember that we have another double here. So we make double, chain 2, double into the same corner, and that's our corner. And then we have, this is the corner double, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles before we come to next corner. So we make 5 doubles here. 1, 2, 3, oops, 3, 4, 5, and that's our first repeat. You see, very easy. And then again we come to the next corner, and that's the new repeat, and again we make double, chain 2, double into the same corner, and 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and again double, chain 2, double, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double, chain 2, double, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, all the sides must be the same, because we're building the symmetrical motif, and the stitch counts along each side should be equal. Otherwise it will not be right. So 5, double, chain 2, double, that's the last repeat, and we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need to join with a slip stitch in the first double of the round double. And you see, we've made this slip stitch, and here we made a kind of this, like the top of the stitch. That's the slip stitch we just made. So first double on the next round will be made in this slip stitch. If you are not sure you can find it later, it's better to mark it here now with the stitch marker, this slip stitch. Then you will be sure that on the next round you're safe. Right? So row 4 is done. Row 5, you either can follow the chart again, or you can just follow what you have here and just check with the chart. So row 5 is the same as row 4, but you should read it in the opposite direction. You won't make any corners here, so the amount of stitches for the next round on the wrong side will be the same. So you will make along each side, you will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doubles, chain 2 and skip the chain space. So you make chain 1 for standing, and you remember that that's the slip stitch. You should make the first double here. So as we said, we make 7 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see, it works actually. Now we can come to the chain 2 space. We just chain 2 and skip the space, and again make 7 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will try to make it faster so that we don't lose the time. 7, chain 2, and again. So what's important on this round on the wrong side is not to lose a stitch before and after a chain space. So rather than just making it, I would really, you see this chain and then the next stitch after the chain. It's better to count 1, 2, because if you don't count, you can end with the different number of stitches on some of the sides, and it's always sad and frustrating, especially if you find it out on the next rows when it's too late and you have to frog, which happened to me millions of times. I'm making a new blanket with the motifs right now, and always on each motif I came up with a different number of stitches on the last round, which was really frustrating because you need the same number of stitches, right? Because you need to join them later, and if you have them different, then it's so it's better to check. Let's check how many we have on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Yeah, so that's okay. And we chain 2 and join with slip stitch into the first stitch. Because we are on the wrong side, to make the joints invisible, I prefer to join by inserting the hook from back to front. See, then when you turn, your yarn is on the wrong side already and you don't have any twists here. Okay, so we've done rows 4 and 5, and we will be doing now row 6, this one, and you see it's done with a different color, so we need to change. We are changing with slip stitch into the chain space, so you just grab it up behind the work and slip stitch. What's important here is not to pull too much, so you should have a very relaxed float of yarn here, because if you pull it too much, you can pull the entire motif, and you want it flexible and you need to block it afterwards. And so if you pull this corner side, one of the sides will be a little bit pulled and it will not be a nice shape. So You really want to make sure that this float is relaxed. Okay, and as we talked already, here we are making again a double, chain 2, double into the corner, and then we see 3 doubles, chain 2, skip the stitch, 3 doubles and corner again. So let's do it in practice. Chain 2 to begin. It does not count as a stitch, as we already talked. So we make double, chain 2, double into the same corner, and then we have 3 doubles. So we make 1, 2, 3 doubles. Then we make chain 2 and skip this stitch, chain 2, skip this stitch, and make again 3 doubles, 1, 2, 3, and we came to the corner again, and we repeat it all the way around. So double, chain 2, double, 3 doubles, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 doubles, 2, 3, and again double, chain 2, double, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, 3 doubles, okay, and the last side we have the 6th one, double, chain 2, double, 3 doubles, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, and 1, 2, 3, and we're done with row, which one was it, 6, and we join with slip stitch into the first double. We create a loop with slip stitch, which you can mark, chain 2, turn, and we make row, which row? 7. Row 7 is the same row as 6 here, but right into the opposite direction if you want, or you can just do it in the same direction because they are just the same. So we see, what we see here, we see 4, chain 2, skipped, and 4. That's it, very easy. So we make, just make sure that you make the first double crochet into this slip stitch. So we make 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see we came to the chain space, which we will skip. So we make chain 2, skip the space, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we should be before the chain space again, the corner, and we are here, so we are doing it right. Chain 2, skip the space, and again 4, 2, 3, 4, chain 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do it all the way around till we come to the first corner. So see you there. So we are at the end of row 7. We've done all 6 sides already. The only thing we need is chain 2 in the end, skip the last chain space, and join with the slip stitch into the first double crochet. And again, because we are on the wrong side, I'm doing it inserting the hook from back to front and turn. You see the join is kind of invisible. Nice. And we are making row 8 now. It's another color again, so we need to change. And what we see here, it will be double, chain double into the space, and then chain 3, skip these 2 stitches, 2 doubles, treble, 2 doubles, chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and we are at the corner again. So let's see how it's done. we slip stitch into the first chain space and change the yarn. Okay. Again, don't pull too much. Okay, and we begin. Chain 1 to begin, double, chain 2, double into the corner, and we said that we need to make chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2 stitches and make 2 doubles, 1, 2. And now we are in front of the chains, which means that we need to make a treble in this skipped stitch from 3 rows below. 1, 2, 3. That's the stitch. We made 2 doubles, and that's the stitch we are making now. So we make the treble in front of work. Some of you are making spikes, which is not correct. The spike is the stitch that you insert through the whole layer of fabric and make like this. It can also work, but you can see that in this case the post of the double is split and it's not so neat anymore. So please make sure that you made your trebles in front of work. We made the treble. What we make now? 2 more doubles. Chain 3, and that's the corner again. So we make next repeat. It will be again double, chain 2, double into the corner. Again, chain 3. Skip 2 stitches, 2 doubles, treble, 2 doubles, chain 3, and again corner. So double, chain 2, double, and so on. You see? So we have just finished all 6 sides. I'm sorry for the light here. It's getting dark. We have rain, but I hope that you will see the stitches clearly. So we made all the sides. In the end, we skip 2 stitches and join with the slip stitch into the first double, which will, with the slip stitch, yes, and that will be the first stitch worked on the next row. So on row 9, again, you see we have 1 double, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles, because on the wrong side we never make the trebles but only doubles. So the double go into treble, so 5 doubles here. Chain 3, skip this space, and 1 double. Very easy. So 1 chain, let's find this slip stitch. Here it is. Double, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip this space, and 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, the space, so chain 3, double, and chain 2 to skip the corner, and again, double, chain 3, skip space, 5 doubles, 3, 4, 5, chain 3, double, and chain 2 to skip the corner. So I hope that I could show you that the charts here are very, very helpful, and basically you don't even need the written instructions to make a motif. You can just have this small piece of paper and make the motif just with this paper. You don't have to read and to count and to to understand how the reading instructions are done. So I hope that it was helpful. And see you in the group. Bye.